All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to my commentary channel, One Take Commentary. And in today's video, now I want to talk on people's personal opinions because, man, that's one thing that I've dealt with throughout my content creating career is that people want their opinions to matter so much. Like, I get it, it's at times where you want your voice to be heard, but I just feel like with certain conversations, it's not needed. Like I could think back on the time, and I was just sitting down thinking of this, but I could think back on the time where, so it was maybe a few months ago, a couple months ago, some months ago, I had reacted to a video of an individual that really wanted his personal opinion about me to matter so much. But no, he does this video where it was shortly after a friend of mine's was shot and killed at a party. So backstory on that. Yeah, a friend of mine's I think it was his place. I don't know. But regardless, he was at a party. Noticed some shady activity going on with some people that were there. He confronted them. Fight broke out. And yeah, somebody, I mean, he was handling himself. Like, that was one thing about my friend. Like, while he was alive, like, he could handle himself in a fight. Like, I think that's one thing that I'll never forget was seeing him in a Facebook video. Like, this was like years ago when we were in high school, but seeing him in a Facebook video, like, he had this dude in a hold and had like his arm like this, but had his like head between his legs and was just hammering that bro. I mean, yeah, guy's mouth was bloody. Like, I was like, fam, what happened? I remember he like, yeah, he shaved his head bald. He used to have like not really like long hair, but it was long enough. But yeah, I remember he just showed up out of nowhere with a bald head and just, put on some pounds, was just hammering bro. And I'm like, what just happened? Like, no, I remember when school started, I confronted him over that. I'm like, bro, what's this change? Like, what just happened? But anyways, yeah, that's one of those like memories where it's like, you can't shake it. But anyways, but no, overall though, yeah, he was tragically shot and killed at a party. And so I think it might have been, I don't know exactly when I did the video, but I did this video where I was just kind of warning people the dangers of going to parties and stuff, letting people know, like, hey, it's like at times, like, there might be some shady activities going on at a party. If you notice that, leave, go home and just be safe. Tell me why this individual that I was having issues, excuse me, this individual that I was having issues with on here on YouTube, where he was trying to add his opinion to that matter. And I'm thinking to myself, fam, this ain't got nothing to do with you. This is me trying to process my friends like passing. This is me trying to warn people the dangers of going to parties and you don't know everybody there. Yeah, I get there's gonna be at times where you do go to a party and you ain't gonna know everybody there. But if you get a gut feeling that, yeah, something just don't seem right, like, it's too many people, here's the thing, it is 100% okay for you to not go. That's why when they be invite me to get togethers, they be invite me, I look around. I'm like, okay. So the few times, because I know there's been times like it was a childhood friend of mine. He always be inviting me to his like family get-togethers. I'm like, okay, they don't know me, so I'm more of an outsider than they are. Like, they've been to this house more times than I have. So I know ain't nothing gonna go down here unless it's like some long time family dispute. That's their business. I'm just here for some eats. I'm here for some food. I'm here for some cake and ice cream. I could care less about Uncle Joe and Uncle Brian or something. I don't know. They're just random names. But anyways, I'm like, yeah, that's their problem. But I'm just here for the eats and stuff. I could care less about that. But anyways, I know I would be safe because I'm like, I'm not surrounded like by my family, but I'm surrounded by a family. So I'm like, okay, I know everybody here, know everybody. I've just got to be the one to introduce myself. Oh, I'm such and such's friend. All right. So, but anyways, no, he was trying to criticize me on that. And I'm thinking to myself, why do you think you're like after like years after, because the video was uploaded years ago, like that situation had happened back in 2016, and I think he uploaded the video in 2017. I didn't react to this video until this year. So anyways, I'm reacting to so it was a friend of mine's that had told me like, hey, you should check out this clip where he's talking about like, you processing your friend's passing. And yeah, eventually I did react to it, and I'm thinking to myself, why did this situation matter? And I'm like, see, that's what I mean. Like, there are people out there that will have like a strange obsession with you, fam. Like, if I could just talk on that real quick, yeah. With content creating, man, I'm telling you, like, I'm dealing with somebody that's like somebody from this guy's fan base that's very obsessive now. And I'm like, that's just that's a different situation. I talked on it enough on my main channel. By the way, if you guys want to, you could go subscribe to my main channel, T Mossbot, spelled exactly how it is on my hat. But anyways, yeah. I was watching that video and then I was like, man, I just find that weird, but that was the thing though. I couldn't be mad about it because it's like, it's one of those things like when a hater, when they're trying so hard to like get underneath your skin and they realize that they're not accomplishing, even after watching the video. But at the time being when he uploaded that video, I could care less. I was like, it's one of those things where I'm like, hey, look, and then just even watching the video now, I'm like, still, I could care less. I'm like, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But at the end of the day, you have to understand that your personal opinion about how I'm processing my friend's death ain't got nothing to do with you. Your opinion, it ain't even a situation where it's not needed. Your opinion just ain't gonna matter. Like, that's something that people need to understand, is that in certain conversations, when you're trying to apply your opinion to whatever the conversation may be, like, let's say it's a and B conversation between people talking about why they like this particular, like, yeah, like, all right, so let's say you're sitting down with your friend and you're talking about why you like Forza Horizon. You're like, oh, this is the best racing game of all time. They got like, realistic controls. They have it where it's open world. They got a wide selection of cars. But then somebody jumps in and then they're like, oh, well, I think Gran Turismo is a much more better game and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, fam, this is a conversation that ain't got nothing to do with you. If you like the game so much, then go play it. But that ain't got nothing to do with we're still going to like Forza Horizon at the end of the day. So what do you think you accomplished with your 2 cents? Fam, I'm like, your 2 cents ain't covering nothing here. Go on about your business. Please do so. I'm like, leave. Just go ahead. Go somewhere about that. But yeah, it's like when they do things like that, because I know people will probably try to like call me a hypocrite and say like, oh, well, what do? You're like, you add your opinion out in some of your videos. I know I do, but that's the thing though. I'm on my own platform doing that. I'm not going to another person's YouTube channel. See, I feel like there's a difference between, because people will do that. They'll go to your channel and they try to add their opinion to whatever it is. It'll be on some stuff that you ain't even like talking on in the video, but they just want to add their opinion about something. And I'm like, fam, it's not needed here. You go on your own platform, and that's one thing that I try to encourage people to do. Even if it's like people that got issues with me, I'm like, that's something that I've always encouraged people to do. I'm like, look, if you got an issue with me, don't come to my channel telling me about why you have an issue with me. You go on your own platform and do that. You talk about that on your own channel. But I'm not listening to that. I'm not hearing nothing that you got to say about something that I'm a fan of, something that I disagree on. Like, there's even at times where I'll criticize a video game and people will come to me and they be trying to like, no, there's actually the one situation where the guy, so there's this video game called X4 Foundation. And this guy, I just think that he had it out for me because I talked on his all-time favorite video game. But anyways, I go and do a video where I'm talking on the game, and he gets upset and he's like, bro, hey, commenting underneath my YouTube video. He tweeted out to me. He joined my Twitch stream. For those that don't know, I do stream on Twitch. But anyways, I mean, he really wanted to have a debate with me because he was so upset over how I criticized the video game X4 Foundation. And I'm like, fam, my criticism ain't going to take away the fan base. I'm not trying to take away the fan base. I'm just letting people know this is how overall play, or not played, but my experience with the game. I'm not trying to take away the gameplay from you guys, but my thing is this: on my platform, I am going to talk about it. If people don't like it, then I'm like, hey, that's on you, bro. But anyways, so eventually he does join my Twitch stream. That was the last thing that he did. He joins my Twitch stream. And then he's all like, hey, let's debate about X4 Foundations. And I'm like, I'm not here to debate about that. I'm not even playing that game right now. I don't care for playing that game. I don't care for no conversations about it. At the end of the day, I'm still going to feel a certain way about that game. But anyways, so then it was a part because I was playing this racing game called Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, for those that don't know. And there was a part in this race where I was racing a Mustang and this Mini Cooper just zoomed past me. And so I'm like, man, that's so unrealistic. Ain't no way possible a Mini Cooper gonna zoom past a Mustang. Bro was like, he doesn't want to debate me about X4 Foundations, so I'm going to debate this guy where I don't overall know his knowledge about cars. And let me just tell you guys, my knowledge towards cars, it goes deep. I might not know everything I need to know about cars, but I know some things. And one thing that I do know for a fact, a Mini Cooper ain't gonna be faster than a Mustang. The funny thing is that you can take a modern Mini Cooper and you can compare it up to like, yeah, like the latest, like a 2025, 2026 Mini Cooper, right? You can have it lined up with a 2013 Shelby GT500. That's a Mustang. That's not gonna be faster than that Mustang. You can, and so, but if it's like maybe a V6 Mustang or Mustang GT, maybe, possibly. I feel like even a Mustang GT, a 2013 Mustang GT went it's still be faster than a 2025 or 2026 Mini Cooper. But that's the thing though. I'm like, it's one of those things where we have to do our information, we have to look around, we have to search. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I'm not here to be doing that. You know, my thing is this, if I'm holding a controller and I'm playing the game, I'm playing the game. I ain't trying to debate you about no cars being faster than the other car. And I'm like, fam, if that, okay, that's your opinion. And he's trying to make it into a fact. Like, he even went as far as to look up this video where it shows no, and that's what it was. It was a 2004 Mustang going up against a 2013 Mini Cooper. Now, this wasn't like no specialized Mustang. This was, I think it was, if it was, I'm like, yeah, but still though, you're having a car that's 9 years older than another car go up against this. And it's like, fam, it's okay. My thing is this. If the Mini Cooper loses, then fam, then it's, yeah, Mini Coopers are slow. But if the Mini Cooper wins, it's because you got, and so maybe, you know, what I just said, I might have, you know, just overall just told y'all a lie, you know, by saying that. But I feel like a Shelby, because I think, yeah, Shelby GT500, I think those cars are doing well over 200 miles per hour. I don't think that's ever been established in the Mini Cooper history unless you modify it and stuff. And so I think at some point in time, he was trying to say that, like, oh, if you modify, I'm like, okay, well, then it's not going to be a fair fight, regardless at the end of the day, whether it's an old Mini Cooper, a new Mini Cooper, an old Mustang, a new Mustang, it's not going to be a fair fight, you know, but yeah, that guy, he just really wanted to debate me so badly, and I'm like, man, you know, at times it's just, it ain't even so much as people's opinions. Whatever you're saying, it's just not needed. It's like, fam, keep it to yourself. But oh my, like, it's just, it's one of those things where I'm like, hey, look, bro, you know, my advice to anybody out there, you know, if there's somebody out there that says something that you don't like, accept it. I don't know how many times, like, where people, it's like, it'll be a musician, it will be a movie, it will be a video game, it'll be wrestling. I'm a big fan of professional wrestling. And yeah, you know, you have it where people out there say like, oh, wrestling's fake, like it's not a real sport, it's not, it's this, it's that, it ain't this, it ain't that. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm still gonna watch it. You know, somebody could say something about my all-time favorite video game. Like, I had to say maybe my all-time favorite video game will be Forza Motorsports 3. You know, I was like, no, I just recently, not recently, but it was some time ago, where it was a store that sells like all these retro games. I went ahead and copped that game. I was like, nah, I can't pass up on that. But anyways, yeah, somebody could say, oh no, that was the worst Forza of all time. And I'm like, okay, that's how you feel. I'm still gonna play the game regardless, all right? But anyways, musician, Kendrick Lamar, they were like, oh, he ain't as good as Drake. I'm like, okay, your opinion. If you feel that he ain't as good as Drake, that's on you. But I'm like, I'm still going to listen to his music, okay? Movie, Need for Speed. That's probably, yeah, that's my all-time favorite movie. I can watch Need for Speed day and night, no problem, as if it just came out. That's, yeah, for those that haven't seen the Need for Speed movie, watch that movie. You may not like it, but it's good. It's one of those things where it's like, if you're into cars, you will appreciate the car aspect of the movie more so than the story. I mean, the story was good too. I did like the story, but I mean, yeah, you know, I was more so there for the cars. I'm like, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, somebody that be watching stuff about cars, movies, videos, documentaries, you know, all these different things, whether it's a fictional movie based on a true story movie. I'm the fam. I literally studied cars just for the fun of it. You cannot argue with me about cars, all right? So, but anyways, now I feel like people after this video comes out and be like, oh, I want to debate you about cars. No, I'm not looking for no debates. I'm not. You feel a certain way about cars, that's on you. But anyways, but yeah, overall, the point that I'm trying to make is that you ain't going to change my mind just because, oh, my opinion is more educated than yours. Okay, I'm still gonna feel a certain way. You can't compare your education to my feelings. So it's just, yeah, it's just at times people, they gotta, it just respect whatever a person feels, whether they disagree or agree, whatever. But it's like, fam, respect it, move on. That's all that you gotta do. All right. So, but anyways, your opinion is not needed. All right. So, anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.